Welcome to OJ Studios. I hope you enjoy Punishment by Olivia Julius. Chapter 19 Easter Princess. Relax, that's what I told myself when the mayor started the contest. Inside, I was freaking out. What was I supposed to do? I never had stage fright before in my life, and now all I could do was focus on the faces of everyone in the crowd. The mayor talked for a few minutes about what it means to be a princess. He talked about kindness, respect, and above all, maturity. I used this time to take several deep breaths to calm my nerves. There are 3 parts to the Easter Prince and Princess contest. First part is the introductions of the contestants. Then a question and answer phase where we had just a few minutes to impress the judges by answering a simple question that the mayor gives to us, and then the big reveal on who this year's Easter Princess is. Finally, the mayor ended his speech and turned to us to introduce us. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this year's Easter Princess contestants. The crowd clapped and I could hear my dad yell out Amanda's name while cheering. First, we got Jessica Collins. She is 7 years old, she lives in the great city of St. Louis, Missouri, and she is the daughter of Richard Collins. Jessica stepped forward and did a little curtsy and stepped back. In the middle of the crowd, a man yelled out, "Go Jessica!" Jessica's cheeks turned red with embarrassment. I could only guess that the man was Jessica's dad. The mayor then stopped in front of Brittany. Next is Brittany Smith. She just turned 10 years old yesterday. She lives in Grantville just south of here, and she is the daughter of Abby Smith. Again, the crowd cheered, and Brittany walked forward and did her little curtsy. Just as Jessica's dad did, Brittany's mom stood up and yelled, "Go Brittany!" The mayor got to me and flipped the card over to my information. Next is Amanda Trenton. She is 10 years old, from Indianapolis, Indiana, and the daughter of Kevin and Nicole Trenton. The crowd clapped, and this time my mom and dad both stood up and cheered my name. I stepped forward and did a small curtsy. I quietly thanked myself for listening to Rebecca as she taught me to do that last night. Next, we have Emily Jacobs. Emily is from here, she is 8 years old, and is the daughter of Emma and Bridget Jacobs. The crowd again clapped and Emily's 2 moms stood up and cheered. Emily did her curtsy and waved to the audience. Finally, we have Rhea Galloway. She is 10 years old, she is also from here, and she is the daughter of Matthew and Trinity Galloway. The crowd cheered, but her parents didn't do anything extra. Almost like her parents weren't there. Rhea stepped forward and waved, not even bothering to do a curtsy. She looked over to Brittany and smirked as she stepped back. The mayor then walked back over to Jessica. I could tell Jessica was nervous when she saw the mayor walking over to her. "You got this!" I heard Brittany whisper to her. Jessica gave Brittany an uneasy smile and a small nod. The mayor bent down to be Brittany's height. "So, Brittany, can you tell the audience here what your favorite color is?" The mayor pointed the mic at Brittany, who shyly said a faint "Purple." "And why is purple your favorite color?" the mayor asked. "Because it's pretty," Brittany said, smiling a little. The crowd laughed at her response, which made her laugh a little too. "So, Brittany, what do you like doing for fun?" "Play with my dog," she said a little easier. "Oh, and what's your dog's name?" "Peanut." "And what type of dog is Peanut?" "A big one." The crowd laughed. "Alright," the mayor said, chuckling. "Let's give a big round of applause to Jessica Collins." The crowd clapped and Jessica did a little curtsy and wake. The mayor went over to Brittany and bent down to her level. Brittany put her hands behind her back and smiled at the crowd down below. "So, Brittany, yesterday was your birthday? What did you do?" "We stayed at a hotel and had a swim party at the pool." "And what was your favorite gift?" "A karaoke machine." "And what did you sing first with your karaoke machine?" "Let It Go," Brittany said. "Can you sing it for us?" The mayor motioned for the crowd to start cheering. Brittany sighed a little and took the mic from the mayor and sang the chorus of Let It Go. The crowd clapped. "That Brittany Smith, everyone!" the mayor said once Brittany gave him back the microphone. The crowd cheered and Brittany was all smiles. The mayor then came over to me. I sucked in a deep breath as I thought about what I was going to say. Last time I was on the stage I was asked which baseball team I liked the most and then spent the next few minutes trying to explain why I like the Chicago Cubs more than the St. Louis Cardinals. Apparently when you are in Missouri you better cheer on the Cardinals. So, Amanda, you are from Indiana? Must have been a long trip to get over to our small town. It was. I squeaked out. I was more nervous than I had expected to be. So, what's the best thing about Indianapolis? I wanted to say the Colts, but what came out was unintelligible squeak. I looked over to my parents and then to the mic. I was panicking. I thought about running off the stage. This wasn't part of my punishment. My punishment was that I must be dressed as a girl for all Easter break. Then I felt Brittany take my hand. I looked over to her and she smiled and whispered, "Don't worry, I'll be here." I sucked in a deep breath. The Indianapolis Colts. I whispered. The best team in the world. The crowd booed a little but the mayor calmed them down a little. So, you like the Colts? Who is your favorite player? Matt Ryan, he's a quarterback. And do you play any sports, Amada? I play football. I said, forgetting that I needed to pick a sport that girls played. Oh, is it a girls' team or both boys and girls? Mostly all boys. I replied. Well, we need more girls to play football. Good for you. Then he turned to the crowd. That's Amanda Trenton, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd clapped and I waved a little, still getting over the fact that I was that scared. The mayor walked over to Emily, who was smiling at the crowd. I almost had to bet that her and Rhea had rehearsed their questions over and over before coming here. So, Emily, what do you do for fun? The mayor asked. Emily took a second to think about it. I do ballet, Emily replied. And how long have you been doing ballet for? Since I was 5. Emily replied. One of Emily's moms and stood up and yelled, "Since you were 4. Oh yeah, since I was 4. Emily said, her cheeks a little red from embarrassment. Can you show us some of your ballet moves? The mayor asked while motioning the crowd to cheer for her. Yes, she said before walking over to center stage and performing what I guess is a ballet move. Brittany leaned over close to me and whispered. I'm in ballet too. That's basic stuff. I didn't say anything in reply. I figured Emily was downplaying her abilities to make Rhea look better. Very nice, the mayor said once she was done. That's Emily Jacobs, everyone. The crowd waved and Rhea gave a small curtsy to the crowd. The mayor then went over to Rhea. Rhea looked at us and smirked a little as she stepped forward. I knew that she had been practicing for this for a while. How are you doing, Mr. Mayor? Rhea asked. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. The mayor replied. I kicked myself in the butt for not thinking about asking the mayor how he was. This made Rhea look extremely likable. So, Rhea, what do you want to be when you grow up? I wanted to be a doctor just like my mom. Rhea said, it's so rewarding to know that she helps save lives every day. That is a good choice. In the meantime, what do you do for fun? Swimming, she replied. I'm on the girls' dive and swim team at my school. She looked over at me. I knew that she clarified that she was on the girls' team to make the fact that I said that I was a girl on a boys' team sound ridiculous. Well, that sounds wonderful, the mayor said. Then he turned to the crowd. Give it up for Rhea. Rhea stepped forward and did a curtsy as she waved to the crowd. Thank you all, she said before going back to the line of girls. Dang, she's good, Amanda whispered. I nodded in agreement. There was no way my pathetic performance could have topped Rhea's. She had this contest in the bag. I know for a fact that I lost. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the judges a minute to go over the score. He pointed over to the judges who were talking to themselves. Just as a reminder, the Easter King and Queen contest will be next, so be sure to stick around and support them. That was great! Brittany whispered chipperly in my ear. I hope I get it. Me too, I said back. Brittany was now the only hope to beating Rhea. Princess Brittany! Can you imagine? Brittany said. I can't wait until I get to have my picture taken with Seth and everything. I swear if this was a cartoon she would have fluttered up to the ceiling. The mayor got back on stage and the five of us straightened up as the mayor took out a white envelope that contained the results. "I now have the results from the judges," the mayor said. He took out a piece of paper that was marked runner-up. "The runner-up is..." The mayor stopped for a second to give a dramatic pause. My heart thumped as I sat on pins and needles of who this might be. The suspense was starting to kill me. "Please don't be Rhea," I said to myself. "Please don't be Rhea." The runner-up is Brittany Smith. I looked over to Brittany expecting her to be disappointed, but instead I saw her jump up and down and run over to the mayor and give him a big hug before taking the sash and the gift card for $50. I was both happy for her and disappointed. Now there was no one to beat Rhea. Rhea was clearly better than Emily, Jessica, or me. I had to face the facts and watch Rhea win. "Now for this year's Easter Princess," the mayor said, interrupting my thoughts. I agreed to myself that if Rhea won, I would at least look happy for her. I mean, what did I care? Next year I will be back as a boy again. This was just a stupid contest. I mean, what was I going to do? Stand in front of Mrs. Yokelman's class and tell everyone that I was Easter Princess at an Easter fair that they never heard of? This year's Easter Princess is... I held my breath hoping that it would at least be Jessica. She deserved it more than I did. I looked over to Rhea, who had already stepped forward to accept her tiara and sash. I honestly didn't hear the mayor say a name. I just heard him not say Jessica's name. I looked over to Rhea expecting her to have won. But she just looked at me and snarled. She and Emily both looked mad. Then I felt Brittany hug me from behind. "What are you doing?" she asked. "You won! You are the Easter Princess!" I looked at her with shock as I took a wobbly step forward to accept the sash, and the $100 gift card. A girl about a year older than me wearing a light blue dress and a sash that said Easter Princess with the previous year imprinted on it then came up to me and put a tiara on my head. The crowd clapped as I stood there in a fog. I didn't expect to win. In fact, I don't know how I won. I did everything wrong. "You got to be kidding me!" Rhea hissed loudly. I looked behind me at Rhea. So did everyone else. Seriously, she gets to be Easter Princess?